Okay, I got it. Okay, so you can hear me, right? And it's recording. All right, we got it. And we're only 5 minutes late, winning. Okay, anyway, hi. So since we have some changes coming up, Lindsay had a good idea to make this call all about what leaders do, because we obviously want you guys to be stepping up. You're already leaders because you're on this call, which means you're doing more than just helping yourself. You're also helping other people. And so we're going to make this all about what leaders do, because it's more than just a title, right? Like, it's not, there's no special day that you become a leader. There's no special rank. There's no special income. It's just you're a leader when you act like one. And so I wrote down 6 things that I want to go through real quick. So if you are struggling as a leader, if you want to step up as one, you're not really sure what you should be doing, then this is going to help you. And then if you guys have anything to add, throw it in the chat box, because I'm sure that I forgot some things. So the first thing, number 1, is that you are a product of the product. That's an easy one, right? But it's one that typically gets pushed to the side when our lives get super busy and when we feel overwhelmed. Our workouts and our nutrition are usually the first thing to go. And as a leader, that can't happen. You can't let that happen, because when you're not taking care of yourself, it's obvious. And when you're not doing your workouts, you can't expect anyone else to do them either. That's how trust is built, and that's how credibility is built. So but that's the beauty of this business, right? Like, it gives you the accountability to keep going when times get tough. Otherwise, it's just so easy to quit. So you must put yourself first. You must always get your workout in, non-negotiable. And then you also must share about that on your team page. If you're doing it but not sharing it, nobody knows. And that's part of building our community and our trust on our social media. To piggyback off that, number 2 is that you have to show up every single day, no excuses. Like, I was just listening to Mindy suggested a podcast from Melanie Mitro about like keeping the passion alive in your business, and she talked about how a lot of people will use things that happen, like say you get sick and you're diagnosed with like an autoimmune disease or something. This is what she used as an example. A lot of people would say, well, I should just quit. Like, this business is just too much. I can't keep up with this whole new like diagnosis and running a business. It's just not going to work. How, or maybe you're told like back when I was doing my food elimination diet, I couldn't drink Shakeology for 3 months, and no one knew that. Only a few people knew that. It's because I kept showing up and pretending like I was drinking it. And I could have said, I can't drink Shakeology anymore, so how can I be a coach? I just found other ways around it. So you have to show up every day and use those obstacles as an opportunity for growth. So if, say, for example, you're diagnosed with Hashimoto's, well, then that obstacle becomes your story. It becomes part of your story. You start hashtagging Hashimoto's. You start hashtagging autoimmune. You start hashtagging, for me, acid reflux and GERD and silent reflux, chronic illness. Those are things I started hashtagging and connecting with people who are struggling like me and who need that inspiration. So your obstacles should become part of your story, not a roadblock, and you can't use them to make you stop in this business. That's the difference, really. I mean, for me, that's the difference between a leader and somebody who isn't really, like, they don't see the bigger picture. They're not in it for the long haul. A leader will say, this is happening to me, but I'm going to use this business to help me through it. And then the other person will say, this is happening to me, I can't do this business anymore, and they'll quit. When you show up every day, you're showing up in your own social media. You're showing up in your inbox, so you're not ignoring your messages. You're making sure that you're connecting with people. You're showing up in the team page. You're showing up in your challenge groups. And I know that sounds like a lot. It sounds overwhelming when you list them all out, but in reality, all of that should probably take you no more than 20, 30 minutes a day if you're including your inbox, which can sometimes be time consuming. Lindsay said it's happening for you, not to you. Yes. Using your struggles as your story. Number 3 I had down was that you have to engage. If you are a leader, you're not a fly on the wall. You're not hiding. You're not in the background. You're in the foreground. You're leading. You're helping. You're answering questions. You're hopping in the team page when you can, and you're supporting other people. When people are sharing their goals or, I don't know, their struggles or whatever, you're there to cheer them on or to offer them suggestions or to share your experiences. Leaders can't be fly on the wall. They have to be present and in the forefront. Also, with engaging, they attend team calls. They listen to the National Wake Up Call every single week. And they, I couldn't figure out what I wrote. They listen to National Wake Up Call every week and other company trainings. So I was like, other company trainings, what does that mean? Like the Surge, when they do the Surge, or on the Beachbody Champions page, they'll do live videos all the time. Those are gold, you guys. I get so many ideas from there. You should be listening to those. Your regional page, I know there's a Southeast regional page, there's a Northeast regional page. You should be in that. And if you're not, ask someone to help you get into that, because those are gold as well. Just listen to a really great call from Allie Upham, and now I can't remember what page it was in. It might have been an Elite Push group. If I can remember, I'll let you know, because if I can share it, I would love to share it because it's really good. But make sure that you're in those pages, Beachbody Champions, Team Beachbody Coach 411, and you're making sure to check in there and watch those videos and watch the trainings. A lot of times, Kim Carver will hop in there, Craig Coyler, Robbie Carter, and they'll do trainings for us. Number 4 is that you add value to the team page. So that means you're not only going in and supporting others, answering questions, but you're also taking the initiative to share things on your own. I know that we try to delegate things a lot. I know we used to do contribution calendars where we would say, have a calendar and say on this person or on this day, this person's going to do this call or whatever. But a leader takes the initiative to do that. They don't wait to be told to do that. They hop in and they say, hey, I was listening to this podcast today and I thought you guys would like it. Or, I was reading this book today and this passage stood out to me. Those are things that you can share that only take a minute. And if you're doing that personal development anyway, you learn best and it sticks better when you teach it, right? So you should be sharing it with somebody somewhere. And then I already said this, but make sure you're answering questions and just contributing in that way. Because a lot of times, if I'm being honest, I will see questions being asked in the team page and I don't answer them right away. And it's not because I'm trying to be a jerk or not help people, but I want to give other people a chance to answer. Because if I'm constantly answering questions, yes, Mindy, if we're constantly answering questions, then nobody else has the opportunity to jump in and be a leader. So I purposely wait. You might see that I've seen something and haven't responded. It's because I'm other people know this and they can step up and answer. So, that's it for 4. Number 5 is check in with coaches regularly. So this doesn't just include your PS coaches, but also the people in your downline. So your coaches' coaches and your coaches' coaches' coaches. As you grow and you help people in this business, you're going to have a lot of different levels. And it can get hard to keep up with, but if you have a system like Teamzy, I'm just getting back to being consistent with Teamzy, but it reminds me, if someone adds a person to the team page, I add them to my Teamzy and make sure I send them a friend request, and then Teamzy reminds me hey, check in with this person. So what that does is it bridges the gap. And so sometimes you have a coach who isn't that active, but maybe they signed somebody up. You don't want that person to get lost. What if they're your next diamond? What if they're somebody who's going to be so successful in this business? They matter to you on more than an income level, but you know what I'm saying. is that you should be reaching down and helping those people. Otherwise, they could get lost and never grow their business, and you missed out because you didn't bridge that gap between you and that person who didn't really have that upline support. So you should be always checking in, friend requesting, making sure that you're supporting all of the people in your downline. Like I said, as you grow, that gets a little bit harder to do, so you kind of hope that your coaches below you are doing that, but do your best. And then number 6, this is the odd number, so it's going to bug me. Well, not an odd number, but 6 is a weird number to lead off on. My OCD people get me right now. Lead from the front. So that means you're doing the vital behaviors every single day. You're not just telling people what to do, you're actually doing it yourself. You're sharing those things, like you are, like if you do an invite that's really great and like the wording worked really well for you, you're sharing that. You're showing, hey, look, I invited. Or like if you track in a certain way, like with Teamzy, like we screenshot our Teamzy circles and we share them with each other for accountability, because that shows like, hey, I'm not just telling you should check your business. I'm also tracking my business. I'm also doing the things that I'm telling you to do because it works. Because the 4 vital behaviors are like the secret, right? It's the secret that everybody knows. I don't think I missed anything in chat. Those are my 6 things that leaders do. It's pretty simple. And like I said, it's like, don't wait for a rank or an income to step up. Like if you are here on this call, you're already a leader, and there's nothing wrong with you like taking that initiative and being in the team page and being present. And now is like the best time for you to do that, because Lindsay and I need you guys to do that, to help grow our teams from the bottom up again. Like we're starting fresh and we need more people to step up. And don't be afraid to be that person. I don't want you to tell yourself in your head like, well, I only make $100 a month, so I'm really not qualified for this. Yes, you are. Like you all have something to add, and we all started in the same exact place. There was a time when I was only making $100 a month. Like, and the only reason I'm where I am today is because I didn't let that hold me back from stepping up and doing the things that I needed to do to create the team. And so the only way you're going to get from only, I say only because $100 a month is amazing when you went from 0 to 100. The only way you're going to get from that point to 40,000 a year or 100,000 a year or whatever is if you act like a leader now instead of waiting, because it's not like a lot of people will wait for that income to grow before they step up as a leader, but it actually should be the other way around. You should step up as a leader before your income gets to a point where you actually feel like one. Lindsay, I know you probably have things to add. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to say, kind of like what Erica was just saying, I think we have this idea that like being a leader is an opportunity for us to let other people down. And I just want to tell you guys, no, get that out of your head. Like we seem to have that role or that title of leader up on a pedestal. And we feel like if we consider ourselves a leader, or if we commit to something that makes us appear as though we're a leader, then we feel like there's this potential for us not to do the job well. And really, if you're not doing the job at all, that's the only time you're not going to do it well, because everyone needs to step up as a leader. Whether you have one challenger or one coach under you, they need you to lead. You need to lead your family in the healthy lifestyle. I mean, if you are the one who chose to be part of this team, you're probably the leader of the household in terms of health. I mean, you've got different roles, you and your husband or your partner, whoever, but you're a leader just by stepping up and saying, I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to be someone who shares my journey on social media. You're leading people. You don't even know that you're leading them. They're all watching, whether they comment or like your posts or not, you're leading them because they are getting it. Something that Ellie Upham said in that video, it was in the Push to Elite group. I don't know if you saw that and said that or not, Erica, but she went on, and this hit me so hard. about the fact that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, your team feels it regardless of whether or not you share it with them. So you either have to figure out ways to work through it on your own so that it doesn't rub off on them, or you need to just be transparent and open with them about it. And that was something that really hit me, because that's kind of what we talked about at the beginning of the year when we were saying like the rebirth. Like we just finally came out and said, like, we haven't talked about it. Nobody's like said anything to anybody about it, but this is what everyone's been feeling. And if we could have gotten a handle on that, maybe it would be, so it wouldn't have brought the team down so much last year. And then the other thing that she said, and this is something that I have preached from the beginning, is you have to understand the different personality types of the people on your team. You have to understand the different personality types of your challengers. We all know that we have challengers who we might consider more needy than others. We have those challengers who we need to check in with on a daily basis, or we need to have them send us a picture of what they're eating, or send us the sweaty selfie because they're not comfortable. I have so many people in the 80-day group who never share. They just send me their stuff. But that's their personality, and it's okay. Hang on, baby. Hang on.
Hey, Mommy.
Sorry.
Mommy. I can be behind your desk at your school?
Yeah. Watch your show. And you need to know how to lead them based on their personality, but then you also need to know, Jackie says hi, how to celebrate them, how to push them. You really have to have an understanding that not everybody thinks and feels the way you do about the business. And you have to understand then how to reach those people so that they still get what they need from you. Because eventually, whether you have one coach or 5 coaches underneath you or one challenger, you're going to have people with different personality types. I know we tend to attract people like us, but at some point down the road, there's going to be someone who's not just like you, and you're going to have to figure them out. It's also really important to know your own personality as a leader, because it helps you to fuel yourself with the PD that you need and make sure that you're giving yourself what you need so that you can give to everybody, like provide for everybody. Because if you're a leader that tends to, second guess yourself, then you need to be making sure that you are building yourself up with your personal development. Yeah, that GEM personality test is really good. I really like that one, Kelly. But there's a couple others too where you can find out like people's love languages, so you can know what those are and things like that. Yeah, I think it is Danny Johnson. But I think that doing the vital behaviors and doing all those things are things that we learn how to do the minute we sign up as a coach. And Carl Deichler and Jatana Jackson and all those people, Melanie Mitro is going to tell you, if you just do those things consistently, you're going to be successful. And that's what leaders do. They do them consistently, even when they don't feel like it. And I think the people who end up being top coach or top 10 or top 200 are the ones who then not just do those things consistently, they focus on the relationship aspect of the business, because that's what we're all here for. That's all.
Yeah, I was just looking at Christy's comments. Christy, it's not about, I wanted to address this because I'm sure other people feel the same way, but it's not about being perfect. It's not about looking at that list and being like, oh my God, I have to be 100% on all the time. It's not. There's days where I'm just I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say. I'm not in the mood to cheer anyone on. I have those days, and that's okay. It's just about, making an effort to be consistent in all those areas over time. That's really all it is. I know we always mention Mindy because she's so quick with everything. And I know so many people in the team page put her on a pedestal because she's really good about supporting other people and making sure that she's in the team page all the time. But I'm going to say this again. I know we've said it a million times. I swear to God, I think Mindy signed up and then an hour later she was in the team page answering questions. And she didn't wait to feel confident in it. She was just I'm just gonna someone asks a question, she goes and like Googles it and she figures it out. And it, you know, it's not like she knew everything right away. It's just that she was willing to step up and help, and not wait, you know, for that moment. So like, that might not be your personality where you're not like go-getter from the get-go. Like, I know I'm a little bit more reserved than that, but like just driving home the point more that like you don't have to wait for like a specific time to be a leader. Just do it. And it's like when you're in school and you're kind of struggling to learn things or get more confident in something, and then your teacher makes you teach it to somebody, and then you learn it a whole lot better and you feel more confident. That's exactly what this is. So it just takes practice over time. So use this situation that we're in now as an opportunity for you to, you know, step up and do some more and help out a little bit more. I think it's going to be really good for everybody. All right. There was another personality thing. Was it Allie that mentioned it? I think it was that same video, the Allie Upham one. I'll try to get the name of it and then post it in the page, because I think it'd be really good for everybody to take. I've taken the Gem one, and I know I lean more towards Emerald, which is more like organized and scheduled. Like, if you see me in Target, Colleen, like, don't talk to me because I'm on a schedule. Like, gotta get home. Like, that's Emerald. And yeah, Christy's Emerald for sure. But I know that there's other ones to take. So maybe we'll compile a little list and we can all take them and like just figure out what we are. I think that would be fun. And Chelsea Pearson talks about it at Super Saturday. All right. Okay, I think that's it. If you guys don't have anything else, so I'm going to stop the recording. If you want this recording, just message me for it. I'm not going to post it in the team page because it's not everybody earned it. So I'll just hold on to it if you need it.